love, y'all. Hey, love, 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 these love, 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 these love. Lot of love, love, big love. Love, 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 what? These love, 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 hey, these love. Choose love, y'all. Love, 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 these love, 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 lot of love from above. I love you.
I love you too.
I love you too.
Oh, I love you.
What up, though? I'm Malachi Lee.
I'm Dani Lee.
Together,
we are
the
LuvLees.
We are the LuvLees.
Yeah.
Y'all see what it is. Y'all know what it is. 6 months married in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Real life talk. Real life conversations.
Real life marriage.
Marita, what's up?
Real life changed my name to Anderson.
She did. She got a fresh Social Security card in the mail.
First Social Security card. That made it real for real.
With a new name on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danielle. Well, I don't know if people want to steal my identity.
Right. The whole shebang
out there. Probably put two and two together though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all good. We here. We back in the place to be. What up, y'all? What up? What up?
What up, though?
We got some comments coming through.
We got Marita.
We got the real.
The deal.
That deal 7. What up, though?
What up, though? That deal.
Yes, real life marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
It's Tori. What's up, Tori?
What up, though, Tori? How you been?
Yeah, we in here. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for tapping in. We really appreciate y'all, all our subscribers, all of our supporters. You know what I'm saying? We really appreciate y'all. Hopefully you having a great Sunday.
Yes.
And if you're not, do what you gotta do to adjust. Be grateful on this day because you could not be alive. Let's start with that.
Yeah, it's very true.
So you're alive, you're well, and I'm glad to see you as you seeing us as we seeing each other. You feel me?
Seeing all of us.
Yes. We are celebrating 6 months marriage.
Yeah.
Time is flying by.
Yeah.
It seems like just yesterday we got married. And we're going through this life together. Glad to have each other on this life and this journey. And we're learning so much about each other, about ourselves. We're being accountable. We're learning. We're growing. Moving forward. So I'm grateful. Grateful for where we at.
Yeah.
How you feeling today?
I'm doing good.
Be honest now.
Well, you know, I am doing good because I went to church, I sung and stuff like that. The beginning of the day started off kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because it was like when I woke up, sometimes the enemy just be on you as soon as you wake up. When I woke up, he was just whispering lies in my ear and stuff about stuff that I can't fix. So it was like I had to say things that are true in order to move forward. And I'm not gonna hold you up. Sometimes you still have a little bit of a sting there, but you just gotta focus on it.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm tired physically, but I feel good spiritually. Feel good emotionally.
Okay.
You know, I'm excited for where I'm at. I'm excited for where we are. I got some good news before we got online as well. So things are going forward. Things are moving forward. There's a good sermon today.
It was.
Shout out to Bishop Edgar Van for celebrating 50 years of ministry.
50 years. Today was the first day that he preached his first sermon.
Yeah, September
50 years ago.
29th.
1974.
That's a long
Look at you.
time.
You know the date. Okay.
Hey, it's 50 years
I
exactly.
love it. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
50 years.
Yeah, you don't have to be a mathematician, right?
Hey, I mean, I remember the date, but I remember it's 50 years. It's counted out.
That's beautiful.
September 29th. Today is a significant day for me because it's my birthday backwards. 9/29/24, 4/29 backwards.
Okay.
It's my birthday, so yeah, I like numbers. I like seeing numbers. Thank you, Tori, for the congratulations.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? We in this, boy. So yeah, today we are talking about letting go of the past.
Yes.
I think that's all the updates we have for everything.
Yeah, I think so. What the guy preached, you was about to show his
I
book.
was. Shout out to Bishop Edgar Van, but also Charles Brown was the pastor today that spoke, and he has a book, Getting Ish Done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Boom. So when he had mentioned the book before he started preaching, and I was like, man, I need that. I need that book. You know what I'm saying?
He started preaching about getting ish done.
Getting ish done. He was talking about how it's arrogant to think. Procrastination is arrogant because you're thinking that God is going to give you more time.
Yeah, it's arrogant to think that you have more time.
Arrogant to think that. So it's like, wow.
I was like, oh my gosh, that blew my mind.
It did. He was like, do it now. If you're going to lose weight, do it now. If you're going to write the book, do it now. You're going to start the business, do it now. Whatever you're going to do it now.
Because naturally you think you have more time. And like, to be candid, this morning I was thrown off because I am a little bit older than my husband. And I'm like, oh, why couldn't we meet when I was younger? You know, stuff like that. So you kind of think like, but life is like life. Like, you don't know how much time you have. And to ponder on the things that really don't matter, it wastes more time.
It does. It really does. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you got to keep moving forward. You got to press forward, push forward, fight towards what you want to do. And nothing is promised. Exactly. Good job. Sorry. Nothing is promised. Life is a but a vapor. Like the
Bible says.
Yeah, the word tells us that. So why are you going to spend time waiting and contemplating and all this? Man, you don't know. Like she said, you don't know how much time you have. Like, and so let this be a testament to anybody watching this. Like, stop waiting. Stop thinking you gonna get it done. Just do it now. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. You know what God called you to do. You know it's gonna take you to the next level. And I'm talking to myself as well.
And me. And the funny thing is, when he said you don't have to join a gym membership. You can walk and it's free.
Yeah,
because a lot of times we'll use that excuse like, well, I gotta join
once I get this.
Once I do this, and I can do that. Or once I do this, I can do that. No, it don't have to be perfect. No. Like this podcast we started, we would like to have camera guys, you know, get every angle, all that good stuff. But that's not what's happening right now.
Right.
And if we was to wait for that, or for us to afford that, we probably wouldn't have a podcast for a few years. You know?
Right. Exactly.
So you just gotta do it.
Just do it. Stop. Yeah. Situation's just not gonna be ideal. Like, clean your house, clean your mind, clean your body. Do what you gotta do. And it's so much freedom in that. It's so much freedom in the now, in the power of the now, in the moment. Not right now is the moment. Like this week, you can make progress towards your goal. He also said an inch of progress is better than a mile of intention, or something like that. He said,
yeah, because I intended to do it, but I still didn't do it.
Man, I was fired up with my plan.
Wait, I kind of wrote it down in my head,
but ain't moved towards nothing.
Nowhere.
So move towards the progress, and it's the small wins that help you. It's the small things, the small victories that continue to boom. Small, like Eric Thomas says, small steps, great distances. So whoever needs to hear this, just like we need to, because I know it's stuff in my life that I'm been sleeping on and waiting on for years. And he said other people's destiny is connected to your. I forgot the word.
I say it all the time.
Yeah.
Because like, if you don't do it, people are waiting on you. If you don't do it, then they still waiting on you to do it.
And they don't know how to do it. But
and you know how to do it, but you thinking that your information is not that good, but you know how to do it.
You know how to do it.
And like you said, little bitty steps. And after a while, you just look up and be like, oh, wow.
I did all this?
Yeah, that happens. That has happened to me when I was consistently in the gym. I started off not this pudgy, but a little pudgy. Then I was just in there. Then a year later, I was like, wait a minute. This is not, I don't look like how I looked when I first started. It sneaks up on you.
Yep, success. And so does failure. Failure sneaks up on you. You can wake up and you fall off and you didn't realize how hard you fell off because all this time will pass. Like,
but I started eating in 2021 and it ain't been right ever since.
And I myself, I fell off when it comes to the workouts myself. And my older brother, I was talking to him the other day, and he was like, man, you getting a dad bod. And I'm like, what? I was offended at first. Like, man, nah, bro, have you seen me recently? He's like, man, one of the pictures you put in the chat, bro, like, and I looked back at it and I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I am getting a dad bod. And so I had to swallow my pride and realize, like, I fell off a little bit. I fell off physically from who I was between 2021 and like late 2020, early 2022, something like that. I fell off, man. So you got to be accountable to those things and being aware. And that's why I'm glad to have strong people around me to hold me accountable, push me towards my destiny, push me towards my greatness. And now, shoot, this morning, like clockwork, man, I did 50 burpees. I did some ab workouts. You know what I'm saying? Happy weight. It is heavy weight, but I want happy muscle. I always told myself I wouldn't
You can turn that happy weight into happy muscle, though.
I will. But if I don't, I won't. That's the thing too. Like I can easily stay on this journey of being just okay with the happy weight, and now I'm really pudgy, and now no.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. My thing is though, with you, it'll be easy to lose it. For me, I have to like we can't eat the same thing, you know. Like you'll be fine. Like,
but even it's
sit ups and you'll be fine.
But what my point is that it comes to the consistency. If I choose to not, if I'm not routine, like I haven't been. This is how I got here, not being routine. So yeah, although it may be easy, I still have to do it. Like, and that's just what it boils down to. Whatever level you on, you still have to do it. You could be like, oh, I'm so talented at this. I know if I start this business, I'll kill it. Yeah, you will. But
you gotta do it.
Until you do it, it don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. So I am excited because I know it's not gonna take long. I know that. But at the same time, I gotta do it. Every day I gotta do it. You feel me? So I'm excited for that.
I'm excited that you be pushing me. It's gonna take a little longer for me because
it's not even about time.
But
it's not about time.
It is about making that into like a straight up
lifestyle.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's not about once I hit this point or this mark, I'll be good. It's got to be a lifestyle for you. If you're gonna create that business, you're gonna create this idea, whatever. It's got to be a lifestyle. It's not just so you can make $1,000 or whatever it is, whatever your goal is. The goal is cool, but what's after the goal? And if you just switch your mindset, you gotta switch mentally. It's got to be in here. You want to pray more, you want to get closer to God. That's got to be your lifestyle. You can't just say I'm gonna pray tomorrow. Like, nah, prayer got to be your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I'm excited. I'm excited for where we at, what we doing. You already know Instagram.
People.
Yeah, we about to tap off of y'all because YouTube is where it's popping. We got 4 people watching. We appreciate y'all.
Come over.
Let's get into it. We talking about letting go today. Letting go of the past. Letting go of the mistakes. Letting go of the regret. Letting go of the shame, the guilt, the anger, the depression. Whatever is holding you back from your past, that's holding you back from being your best self, from being who God called you to be, it's time to let it go. All right? Learn from it, but let it go. Because your past will destroy you if you let it. And it's not going to destroy you in the sense of you're not going to have your life, but it can destroy your joy. What the word tells us that the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. That's his job. He only's coming but to do that. He ain't coming no other way. And so that past, a lot of times our past can haunt us if we let it. It's our choice if we let it haunt us or not. So you got to let it go. We have to let it go as people. We hold on to it and situations happen. I know for me, myself, I held on to a lot of the ways that I was moving before I got married. And then flashes come, like I heard this person, I heard that person. I didn't keep my word here. I dropped my word. I dropped the ball there. Things in my business that I dropped the ball on. Customers I let down. Communication I lacked on. All these opportunities that I have let fly out of my hands because I didn't take control. I didn't take dominion. So a lot of that regret was on me for a long time, and I had to learn, and I'm still learning how to let it go. Learning from the mistakes of the past, but not letting it hold me back to going towards the future. I've made a lot of mistakes. I continue to make mistakes. I'm not perfect. But if I continue or we continue to let it barter us down and hold us down, we can't make progress in our lives.
No, you can't. That's very true. I actually go to therapy for that because it sounds easy, like, oh, I'm just going to let go of everything and move forward. But it's not. It's not, especially if it's something traumatic. Like for me, is losing my brother when he transitioned. The whole experience was traumatic. I don't really want to talk about it, but sometimes that experience flashes back to me because I didn't expect him to pass away. I didn't expect everything to work out the way that it worked out because I fought really hard for him to be here and for that not to happen. So sometimes that will try to bring me back, and then it creates a spirit of depression. And then it creates psychologically disassociation where you're just operating in the world, but you're really not there. And so I'm trying to learn how to be in the world and actually be there and let it go. Because sometimes somebody be talking to me and I can be thinking about something completely. I ain't thinking about what they talking about.
Yeah.
They can talk about something positive and great. And I look like I'm listening, but I'm not. I'm just like, oh, okay, cool.
Somewhere else.
Yeah.
In the past.
Yeah, but I should have did this over here.
Yep. In the past.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a dangerous place to be. It's a natural place to be because we're human and we experience life and we experience trauma and hurt and pain. But you have to reposition because a lot of those times, like what she's mentioning, it's a natural thing. But a lot of those times, you being held back, you know, and you're not in the fullness and the gratitude of what is before you and being grateful and praising God for what is in your life. You know, and you like, oh my God. Another time, another scripture, well, a scripture, which we don't have prepared here, but that just came to my mind now, is your life is not your own. You know, if you try to cling on to your life,
you lose it.
But if for my sake you let it go, you will gain it. So that's showing that it's gonna be things that happen in your life that's not in your control. People that you thought was gonna be here, they're not. People that you don't want here will be. You know, it's just so much.
Well, why didn't you take him instead? You know,
like that. Okay, it's so many factors that are outside of our control. But if we continue to just let go and allow God to move in our lives, and also with the good and the bad, not saying allow bad to happen, but what is the bad teaching you? What is the trauma teaching you? You know, and how stronger can you be through the storms of life that you go through?
Because it is all about balance. Like, we're not saying don't look at your past at all. We're saying don't ruminate in your past. Ooh. Don't stay in the past.
Come on, vocabulary.
Because when you ruminate in the past, you're going over and over again. You're just staying in there. Versus looking at the past, okay, so what can I learn so that I don't create the same thing? If it's possible, because some things are just out of our hands anyway. Like sometimes we be guilty or we feel guilty over something that was for real out of our hands, but we looked at it like this is something I should have been able to fix this easily. So that's a whole nother thing too about letting go. Yeah,
100%. Like, and that ego, that pride is a big thing too. Because like you said, I should have. God is trying to teach you something. He's trying to show you something. He's trying to mold you into somebody that you're called to be. You know, and I know I'm talking to myself because I'll try to hold myself to this standard, which is good at a certain point, but also at a certain point, you gonna make mistakes. And if you harp so much on, oh my God, I regret, you didn't learn the lesson. You couldn't learn the lesson of what you needed to learn so that it don't happen again. You just so upset that it did happen that you couldn't even move forward so that it don't happen again. Then like the situation come back and you do it again.
Yeah, and it's like a video game. Like you're trying to get to the next level. In order for you to get to the next level, you got to get past the regret. You got to move forward. Yeah. But like I said, it's not that simple. It's different things you have to do. You have to learn how to forgive. You have to learn how to have acceptance and not be in denial, and just figure out ways to live in it and understand that you are human. Like give yourself grace and mercy,
right,
so that you can move forward.
100%. Give yourself grace. That's really what it takes. Like knowing God got you, knowing you in the process. Trust the process and knowing that you're going to be all right.
And it's okay if you're still mad about it. Just don't stay in it.
Just don't stay in it. Feel the feelings and move forward. So we talking about that. We talking about letting go. We have a few points to bring up here. I think we should first start with this scripture. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. All right. That's about forgiveness, right? Because a lot of these times, the bitterness, the wrath, the anger, all these things are a lot of times results of trauma. You know what I'm saying? It's results of an offense. It's a result of this or that. It's not a lot of times when people just angry just because they're angry. It's a lot going on within them.
Something happened. And it don't have to be big. Sometimes trauma is not big like what I went through. Sometimes trauma is just something. It could be something small. Like my mom plate, like her plates weren't as big for mine as it was for my sisters or whoever it is. You know, like something
small things.
And mom didn't do it on purpose, but that's just what happened. And now you're like growing up thinking that you're less than because she didn't, you know, do you like you think she did them.
Right.
When actually they may just be really fat and you may be small. and you're not gonna eat all of it, but they will, or whatever,
Yep. Tori said, "Grace for the past, but discipline to make changes for the future." That's it right there.
Okay.
That's it. Yep.
I'm about to call you Pastor Tori.
I know, right? Next we have, so that's Ephesians 4 and 34 or 31. 31. Next, we have Philippians 3:1-3.
I like that scripture.
Yeah, me too. No, dear brothers and sisters, I have not achieved it, but I focus on this one thing, forgetting the past and looking forward to what lies ahead. Paul wrote a letter to the Philippian church, and this is what he's saying. He said, "No, I didn't achieve it."
Minister, give us some background, give us some backstory.
He was telling them, I didn't achieve it. I didn't do it. I didn't even accomplish it yet. But what I do is I focus on this one thing. This one thing he focused on, forgetting the past and looking forward to what lies ahead. Because that's what's going to give you power. You need energy and you need power to go. That's what it's going to take to get you to where God called you to be. You're going to need some power. You
got to focus on the right thing.
Yes.
That's pretty much what he was saying is I'm focusing on the future. I'm focusing on the present. Forgetting the past. Like, I used to slaughter Christians and God stopped me in the road of Damascus and blinded me because I was a hot mess. And I was a hot mess. But how is that serving us?
Right.
For me to minister to you and we create more Christians.
Exactly.
So, hey, that's my past.
Yeah.
And I'm moving to the future just like somebody... I was, on a post, dropping it like it's hot, picking it up like it's cold. But now I'm a nun. So.
Yeah. Amen. Nun is crazy.
I have my own convalescent home.
A nun is crazy.
I'm a reverse virgin.
But if that's what you got to do, then
I don't know. But you know what I'm saying.
And where your focus goes, your energy flows.
Exactly.
And so what Paul is saying, I'm focusing on what lies ahead. And that's why he had the power and the juice to do what God called him to do. Because he was focusing on what was ahead. You got to look ahead. You got to have vision for your life and go forward. Oh.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help
That was good. Whatever.
I couldn't help. You kept saying it. I'm sorry.
Hey, you got to. And like I said, where your focus goes, your energy flows. So focus on your future. Focus on your present and focus on your future. Focus on where you're going. Focus on how better you can become. Focus on this time next year. God willing that you get there. What can your life look like?
Every day is a gift. Like every day is, and I remember one of my therapists said a long time ago, because so many, I had a therapist back in the day. She said, you need to look at every day as your birthday. Because every day is not promised. So if you look at every day as your birthday, then you're grateful versus waking up and being sad.
That's good.
I couldn't follow it, but I'm working on it.
Thank you guys for always representing love. People really need it. And most don't know they deserve it. Mr. Wonderbread, thanks, man.
Wonderbread.
Thank you, man.
I
That's
like
Brandon.
That name.
Man, that's nice right there, man.
That's Brandon Mullins?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks,
I recognize the hair.
Yeah. Thanks.
He look like a rapper on that picture.
He does. Look like he got some bars.
You never know. People be different on their YouTube versus their Facebook.
Yeah. Shout out to comedian Brandon Mullins, man.
Comedian Brandon Mullins.
Yeah, that's dope, man. We thank you for showing us love and giving us those flowers, man. We appreciate that.
We appreciate you.
Yes. So yes. Next we have we'll talk about some.
He sound like we is abusing
him.
Yeah,
the dog in the back.
Gosh.
And if we let him out, all he gonna do is be licking on himself. Okay.
Which one is worse?
Yeah. Oh wait, no. Let's go to this one first. Okay. Nostalgia. All right.
Nostalgia.
All right. Thinking about the past can have different psychological effects depending on the type of memories and how they are thought about. Nostalgia. Revisiting happy memories can have a positive effect on mental health by boosting mood. When we remember happy times, our brains release dopamine, which can make us feel more content and reduce stress and anxiety. Affirming social belonging, nostalgia can help us feel more connected to others.
Depression. Look at why you made me read it.
I didn't make you read this one. I'd rather you not read this one.
I should have read the first one.
Yeah.
All of these are stuff that I am currently fighting.
Yes.
Depression. Looking back on the past can lead to depression if you feel like the present doesn't measure up to your expectations. Intrusive memories. Oh, go ahead.
After a traumatic event,
you ain't reading that one.
After a traumatic event, people may have experienced intrusive memories that are repetitive and can cause distress. These memories are a key symptom of post-traumatic stress disorder.
Mm-hmm. Insomnia, yeah, I go through that too, can be caused by brain circuits that regulate emotions and may be linked to being haunted by upsetting past events.
Yep. So it shows right there, like, it starts with the good and the bad. If you think about these,
connected to it too.
If you I think it's this one, right?
Okay.
Is it? Mm-hmm. If you think about these good memories that you have, it does something in the brain. It releases that dopamine.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, like the good stuff. The good stuff about your childhood, the good stuff about the past, a year ago, 2 years ago, the person, whatever the case may be.
Remember when Uncle Craig used to buy me ice cream from the ice cream shop?
Yeah, like we all have good memories. And it's like a lot of times we focus on the bad when it's so much good that we have for us that's laid out.
What good memory do you have as a child?
I used to love on Fridays, a lot of Fridays, sometimes it'd be kind of gloomy sometimes. Like I used to love fall Fridays. Fridays in the fall.
Okay.
It was kind of cold. So, we go in, we'll probably get some pizza or go out somewhere, get some food quick, and then we'll have like a movie night.
Aww.
Yeah, I used to love that. Like feeling the feeling of the cold outside, but then also like coming back and like, oh man, we about to have these movies. We used to go to Blockbuster.
Blockbuster.
Yeah, we could all pick out a movie.
That's so sweet.
That was so much fun. Like we all, we'd be in there for an hour or however long we was in there, and everybody picked their movie. We all got to watch through everybody's movie, like So we seen my sister's movie, we seen my brother's movie, we seen my movie. We all got a chance to pick something. We used to love that. Man.
Those would be the best times. I remember my mom would take us to Blockbuster, to me, Courage, and Troy, and we'd be able to pick our own movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we would have to watch it. One thing, a good memory for me is when my mom worked at Tiger Stadium, and I would go to Tiger Stadium. I didn't know nothing about the game, but I just always loved going and getting that hot dog and watching the game.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's good stuff right there. Mm-hmm. Thank you for sharing, Brandon. I suffer from acute adjustment disorder. It's very similar to PTSD, but it's from emotions. Intrusive memories can change a great feeling to panic so fast. Wow.
So true.
I never heard about this.
I told you I have adjustment disorder.
You did?
Yeah. So just one of my diagnoses.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you take a good memory and it changes bad? Well, you don't take it, but that's what happens.
No, for me, I have a hard time adjusting when things change up. I struggle with that.
Okay.
Yeah, but sometimes that's true. Sometimes you take a good memory and you can turn it into something bad. And it's like, how did I do that? And then you start having a panic attack, or it's like, how did I even get to this point?
Yeah. Wow.
In my life. But sometimes things just trigger you. Like, I don't know what, like, I can't go on Hoover because the hospital, like, that triggers me. Or whatnot.
Yeah. That's interesting. Thank you. First of all, Brandon, thank you for sharing. Thank you for being vulnerable with us.
Yeah.
And sharing this to the world. And I believe this is how we can have healing together. Is by having these type of conversations. And I learned something, although you have said it before, but honestly, it's a lot. As I'm trying to keep up.
There's a lot. I know. I got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, I say that in front of all of you too.
Our
billions of followers.
Yeah, exactly. When my marriage ended, so did my nuclear family. From then on, most commitments seemed more dangerous than exciting. Wow.
I understand that.
That's strong, man.
I'm like afraid of new things because you're afraid it's not going to work out. I give him a hard time because he always say I feel like the bottom is gonna fall out or whatnot. Yeah. We just had a conversation. What are we talking about the other day? What happened?
I don't know what happened.
I don't remember.
But it's like something will happen or I have to do something or whatever the case is, and and we've been very vulnerable now, but she'll say certain things and certain key words that she'll use that I'm thinking, and I'm like,
subconsciously.
yeah, and I'm like, you don't even realize what you're saying that I'm feeling, and it's really just it's stemming from where you feeling like I'm going to leave you or abandon you, or I'm trying to get away from you because I have to go here or do this and be away from her for a period of time to do a certain thing, and I'm like, well, what am I actually doing, I'm learning more of her trauma, that this is her past. These are her past men that she dealt with that were getting ready to abandon her, were doing other things that they shouldn't have, weren't keeping a word on certain things, and that she's getting in this space of learning that she's safe with me, that I married her intentionally, and that I won't hurt her, So she's learning that, and it's been tough. It's tough for me because I'm like, I feel like we're doing emotional. To me, I'm doing emotional work that we already have as a couple. You're gonna have issues arise organically that do have something to do with both of you, but I'm feeling like I'm doing work for stuff that I didn't even have nothing to do with.
Had not one thing, but for me, it's annoying for me because I don't do it consciously.
Mm-hmm.
I do it subconsciously, and it makes me feel bad because, like you said, he wasn't there. Like, and people don't know this, but if you're tuning in, I guess you're gonna find out some more stuff. I was married before, and my ex-husband was not a faithful person, and he did not do what he was supposed to do as a husband, and he was, he didn't tell the truth about stuff. He was a liar, and so certain things, something happened with my current husband, I start getting triggered, and it don't even be that situation. It'd be something simple. I'm going to the store. What you mean you going to the store? Are you really going to the store? Are you full of crap? And he has nothing to do with that. And I actually was in therapy working on the stuff, got to a good spot, and then with my brother passing, I feel like that brought a lot of trauma back because I didn't just receive that kind of treatment from him. I received that kind of treatment from my mother, and so when you receive that kind of treatment from somebody who's supposed to take care of you, and then somebody who you decide to be with or whatever, it's like, can I trust people, or are all people goofy, or
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I know I'm safe. It's nothing like that. And
yes.
Yeah.
Definitely safe. But I mean, and this is what we talk about. The past can, if you allow it, it can haunt you. It can make you feel these feelings, and it's natural. But this is the work. It's not easy, but it's possible to find freedom. And Jesus Christ is the biggest. He's the way, the truth, and the life when it comes to being ultimately free. Because you through Christ, you learn how to suffer through strength. You suffer because it's because you're headed towards the glory. The suffering in this present moment cannot compare to the glory that's going to be revealed in Christ Jesus. So that's really what it's about. Because suffering, long suffering, is one of the fruits of the Spirit. Long suffering. So, exactly, you will consciously make a commitment in love, and subconsciously your mind will remind you that no matter how much conscious effort you put, you can't expect to depend on that in return. Oh, that's good.
That's really good, Brandon.
That's good. That's strong right there.
Got more in common than I thought.
That's strong right there. And that's like, that statement right there explains a lot. Like, that's exactly it. And so, like, for me, I'm like, I'm affirming her. I'm doing what I gotta do. I've that's not my character to do anything that she whatever. So it's like, what can I do? You know what I'm saying? But at a certain point, I have to realize that it wasn't on me, and I just have to love her through this. And yeah. But man, I appreciate this conversation, Brandon. I thank you for joining and tuning in.
I should have had you on the show.
Yeah. If you just now tuning in, this is episode 7 of the Lovely Podcast. Let go. If you haven't watched our previous episodes, and be sure to subscribe. Okay, so a few other things we have here. Disassociating. Disassociation is a trauma response that can make people feel disconnected from themselves, their emotions, and their experiences. Okay? Let's elaborate on that a little
That's
bit.
what I talked about earlier.
You did mention that.
I said people be talking to you and everything, but you're not there.
You're disconnected.
You're disconnected.
Aloof.
Yeah, because you're just
somewhere else.
Focused on the trauma.
Yep. And now, like the things I'm blessed to not have a lot of childhood trauma or things bad happen in my life, but I do have things that make me feel anxious. You know, things that are my finances can make me feel anxious a lot of times, and so I can't relate to disassociation when it comes to certain times, you know, where I should be either present with you or present somewhere. And I'm thinking about, man, this is how am I going to come up with this money or that money, or I need to get this off my head. Like I need to finish this job. You know, I saw something that said, wherever you are, be there.
That's good.
Yeah. Difficulty experiencing positive emotions. People with PTSD may have difficulty feeling positive emotions like happiness or satisfaction. Wow, that's deep. So like,
because you feel like the bottom is gonna drop at any moment.
Yeah, like
so it's like if I get excited or if I get comfortable in this happiness, then bam.
Yeah.
Because the other few times, that's what happened.
It's what happened. So
like I wasn't looking for nothing crazy to happen, and that's what happened.
Yeah, like how can I expect to feel better if this? I already know how this is gonna go.
Right.
Makes sense. We got a few more. Let's see. Oh, it's the last one. However, studies have found that people who frequently
nostalgize.
Yes, have a greater sense of self continuity, and that more generally, engaging in nostalgia fosters a stronger sense of meaning in one's life. Looking back helps us make sense of where we've been and how we've gotten to where we are. Yeah, and that's good too, because you got to look like the times. And let's get real deep. Let's look at the times where you didn't even want to be on this earth. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're feeling that now, like the past, what is good about the past is you made it here. You made it this far. Like some people have suicide attempts, suicidal thoughts, you know, feelings of hopelessness where you feel like I will never get out of this situation. You know, I've had those feelings. And so looking at the triumph in your life to this point, like, wow, I made it.
Yeah, would you think that you would be right here sitting next to your wife after how you felt? Yeah. Was it 2 years ago? 3 years?
It was the end of 2021. It was the end of 2021. I was in a very deep emotional place, mentally, spiritually, emotionally deep place. And I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed in my life. I was in a place where I had just started doing comedy, and that was giving me joy. But I was heavy. I was involved with someone, and now that I think about it, I think it had a lot to do with her as well. But I just had so much on me, like so much responsibility. I just was overwhelmed with life and just feeling like I was out of place, not where I needed to be. And I remember saying to myself, like, it'd be easier if I wasn't here. I literally said that to myself. I was out playing basketball. And literally on the court, and basketball is an outlet for me. It's therapeutic for me. So instead of even being present,
doing something you love.
Yeah, like the game didn't even start. I had just got my shoes on, and I couldn't even be there to start warming up and get ready to play because I was so heavy. And I remember saying that to myself, like it'd be easier if I wasn't here. And the next day, I got into a car accident that could have killed me. And thank God for his saving grace that I am still here, because I could have died. The way my car crashed, I was driving, I was door dashing. It was raining. I was door dashing. I was playing a game on my phone, like all these things to distract myself. Yes, because I was that heavy and I was trying to escape. So I was door dashing. I had an order in the car on the way to DoorDash. I'm out in Detroit area. It's dark at night, raining. I'm driving. And I had a Monte Carlo, man. I used to love that Monte Carlo. And I'm driving. I'm not paying attention. And certain streets will narrow in. You know, it'll be 3 lanes, and then it'll narrow down to 2. So I was in one of the third lanes, and before I knew it, it was ending. And it was like I was looking, but I wasn't looking. And I'm like, at the last second, I had to swerve because I was gonna crash into the curb. And so I swerved, and the road was wet. So I spun out of control. I did a 180, and boom, hit a tree. And the way I hit the tree, the car hit on the driver's side, but it hit above the wheel, like into the hood. One day I'll post some pictures about it. It's been in my spirit to do that. But if the tree would have hit the door, because the door's material wasn't as hard as the hood, because it crushed the hood a little bit. The tree did. So I know if it hit the door where I was, it would have definitely at least seriously injured me.
Hurt you.
At the least a serious injury. So I walked away with like a scratch on my head and my heel, because from the impact of my car, I literally felt my feet raise up in the car and slam down. Yeah, so my heel was hurting afterwards.
Gosh.
Yeah, so the police came. They towed the car away. I called a few people, but everybody was busy. Antoine was available. He came and got me. And like a good friend, he roasted me, and we had a good laugh about it. And yeah, I needed that laugh too, man. So it was good. It's like from that moment forward, I snapped out of it. I was like, you know what? I like being here on this life.
Man, it's something else how the stuff like that would happen. It's like God snapped you back into place, or I don't know. Like I remember when I was really deeper, like just super deep, and called the suicide hotline. I've never done that, but for a while after Kurt passed, I was very suicidal.
Yeah.
And this time you weren't home. I think you were in Atlanta, and I was just like, I need to call somebody, because if I don't, it's over with. And cause I had some rat poisoning or whatever we had at home, and I had it planned out. I called the lady like, you gotta get. I had the stuff like, ma'am, you gotta give me a reason not to eat this, cause I'm done. Like I've had enough.
Your
like
stomach would have just been hurting you even to die.
It wouldn't have killed me.
No. You would just be like, oh my God. I don't know, for real. I'm just talking, but yeah. Yeah.
I can't even kill myself, right? But I mean, fast forward, I was singing in church, and as I was singing up there, I had the microphone. I was just thinking, like, wow, God, I could have not been up here praising you.
Yeah.
I could have been seriously dead. Like,
yeah.
Possibly in hell, because the guy didn't say kill yourself. He said present your body a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto him. Like, even though I'm saved, that'd have been a conscious decision. And could I have asked for repentance on my way? Like, I don't think so. I don't know. So I'm grateful that the lady talked to me and talked me off of it, and that I'm here.
Yeah. I want to bring up this other, thank you, Brandon, again. That's where disassociation is dangerous. I survived a suicidal mindset. However, I have constantly remind myself to reach out and connect to people. Surviving isn't worth much if you don't live. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Because a lot of people are alive, but spiritually dead, or emotionally dead, or mentally dead, And it's better to be physically alive, but you want to be alive in every area.
Yeah, that's the thing. It'd be so, like, I feel like right now, I feel like I'm having a good moment. Like the past 2 weeks, I feel like I've been doing, or not 2 weeks, but past week, I feel like I've been doing good on not disassociation and stuff like that. But I don't know when it comes back, because sometimes I do, like Brandon at our open mics, I be in my own world. Like, I don't be there. I'd be like, why am I here? And I don't get, I'm trying to learn how to be more positive and get to that point where I'm not doing that, because like you said, you want to do more than just survive. You want to actually live, versus just, I'm here. I'm just like, it's like I'm on autopilot when you see me.
Yeah, that's
I don't know how to get out of that. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I know we talking about, I don't know how to. Like, I'm working on it right now. I'm not in autopilot, but for the most part, I'm usually in autopilot.
Yeah, I think it's gratitude. I think gratitude is, and it sounds so simple, but like if you're literally grateful for the moment, like understanding that yeah, it's not what you want, but
Mhm.
look at what you do have. The fact that you have an open mic to run. You know what I'm saying? Those moments, I think it's the readjustment. Like our mind is constantly floating away, but I love that I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I think the presence. Once we more understand how much the present is a present, and that how fleeting life could be,
Mhm.
and the loved one that we're yearning to still be here, we could not be here. Like that's the biggest thing I feel like. And so the
Mhm.
gratitude, like being grateful for every moment, being grateful for every opportunity, good and bad, rain or shine,
Mhm.
it's all for the glory of God, and that's for me. Cause like I know myself, when I start feeling anxious or anything, or it's like I'm looking towards the future and I'm looking now. I'm like, wow, thank you for my life. Thank you for my strength. I'm in my right mind. I have the power to do what I'm called to do. I have the power to move forward.
Mhm.
Um, what I did for over a year was look in the mirror every day and say, you are deserving of love. If no one else will show you, I will. I still return
Mm.
to it when I'm down. That's beautiful. That
That's
is so
amazing.
beautiful.
You need to write a book.
That's so good.
That's
Yes.
really good, and that's funny because I used to do that. I used to do all that stuff.
hmm that's
I just got to get back to it. I take it.
And so even in those moments where you
Yeah.
feeling I am deserving of enjoying this moment, like that affirmation, the words you speak are life or death. We have the
Yeah.
power of life or death in our tongue.
That's a beautiful thing because love. Sometimes we look for other people to give us love, but you already have all the love that you need within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're a believer,
Mm-hmm.
and the Bible says that God is love. So therefore, if we're in the image of God, then we have love inside of us and we show people love. So sometimes we be wanting people to show us something that we already have.
Yeah.
Like you already have it. So we don't that's where the spirit of rejection and stuff like that come from because it's like, why would they accept me? But you have to accept yourself in order to move forward.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. That's so good. That's so good. And so, um, to end on a high note, as we always do,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna go back to this scripture because it's just that good to me. Um, no, dear brothers and sisters, I have not achieved it, but I focus on this one thing,
Mm-hmm.
forgetting the past and looking forward to what lies ahead. So use this moment right now to look forward to what lies ahead in your life. What gifts did God put inside of you? What ideas, what dreams, what business opportunities, whatever things that are placed in your life
Mm-hmm.
that you can work on, that you can cultivate, your career, your passions, your goals,
Your
whatever it
mental
is,
health.
your mental health, like the joy, the peace in your heart, the love in your heart. These are the things to focus on,
Mm-hmm.
and how much more can you get in the life that you can live and the impact that you can make on someone. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how we get fulfilled, by serving others,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why the enemy comes to bring us down. So, because, if we're down, we can't serve nobody else. And if we don't serve nobody else, we don't feel fulfilled. Your purpose in life may be to serve others.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're feeling down and depressed or anxious, you're not gonna feel like serving nobody, which you're not gonna feel in your purpose. Once you don't feel in your purpose, you don't feel like you yourself.
But also think about what you're feeding yourself as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're feeding yourself a whole bunch of social media or negativity or anything, comparing yourself to other people, and that's what you're going to become nourished with. If you feed yourself with the word or with affirmations or positivity or meditation, mindfulness, then that's what you're going to become. So it's very important that we focus on the future versus the past. When the past come and try to tap you on your shoulder, ignore it and be like, hey, no, I'm not worried about that. That's done. And now I have some things to achieve. I have some goals to make, even if my goal is being happy for today. Like that's my goal.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
It's to smile. Oh, I smiled. So I got that goal done.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great word today as always. Much love. Great word today, y'all. Much love as always. We love you too, man. Thank you so much. And
Yes.
yes, remember to smile. Remember to love yourself. Remember to look forward. Just like Archie said, that was a good way to wrap it up. And because that's what we have to do. We have to do, and know that it's okay. Know it's okay. You gonna keep making mistakes. That's all right. You're not perfect.
Oh, you will. Just don't stay in it. You
Just
gonna mess up.
Just don't stay in it. Just keep moving forward.
If you need therapy and medication, that's fine too.
Yep. And where your focus goes, your energy flows.
So what you feed, it will. You get it. You get fat on some positivity, then you be a positive, happy, fat person.
Yep. Strong.
So
yes, focus on what you need to. Give yourself grace for the past, but look forward to the future. All right. Discipline for the future. And so I charge you this day to love more, to live more, love yourself more, love God more. You know, if you love God more, you're gonna love yourself more. Like it goes hand in hand. And so allow yourself to enjoy the day. Do something that for you. Do something that you like to do. You know, take yourself for something that you like. You know, and
go for a walk with yourself.
Yeah.
Go eat you some food with yourself. Go to a movie with yourself. I've done it. It's fun.
It is.
So, we probably gonna go to a movie. He gonna sit over here and I'm gonna sit over there.
She knows she ain't going for that.
I'm not.
So we love y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for Brandon for bringing so much meaningfulness to this conversation.
Yeah.
And also being vulnerable with our audience. We really sincerely appreciate that. And we're praying that you continue to go forward in your life, man, and the value that you bring and the life and light that you bring to others.
You know that you deserve love and that you don't have to be afraid to love with the right person. The right person will come and they will not drop you. They won't be perfect, but they won't drop you.
Yep. Thank you, Tori. Thank you, Marita. Everybody tuning in, tapping in. Thanks for all our subscribers. And even if you looking at this in the future, also our show. Right now we have Homer's Bar and Grill every Thursday.
At the moment.
Yep. Tap in with us. Also, you can book us for private events. We're available. Tap in, email or tap in at the LuvLees production at gmail.com or text or call that number as well. Also, we have shirts available, books available. Our Choose Love shirts are available because love is a choice. You better know it. Shout out to Chop for these wonderful pictures he shot for us.
Yes, and you can order those shirts at the link that we have in the description box.
Yep, and also, boom, Love Hates Me book still available.
You can order that too at that link.
There we go.
I wrote a book.
He's an author. Thank y'all for saying that. You welcome, man. You already know. We love you, bro.
Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah. So if all hearts and minds are clear, we thank y'all for tuning in and tapping in. This has been another episode of the Lovely Podcast. Episode 7, Let Go.
Number of completion.
Yes. And
let go, let God.
Anything else to say?
Oh, no. I don't think so.
We love y'all.
Peace.